Something historic just happened, something which the West never expected. When Donald Trump announced that the United States would boycott the G20 Summit in Johannesburg, the world thought South Africa would panic. Instead, it didn't even flinch. And that silence? It shook Washington more than any protest ever could. Trump claimed he was boycotting because of white genocide in South Africa, an old, discredited myth rejected by courts, researchers, and even Afrikaner leaders. But the lie wasn't aimed at Africa. It was aimed at America, at an audience terrified of a world where power is shifting southward. Because here's the truth. This boycott isn't about human rights. It's about relevance. For the first time, the G20 is meeting on African soil, and suddenly the leader of the free world doesn't want to show up. Not because Africa is failing, but because Africa is rising without permission. South Africa's response was 9 calm words. We will move on without the United States. And with that, the entire global script changed. For decades, Africa was treated like a guest at the world's table, expected to sit quietly and wait for validation. But today, Africa is hosting the table, leading BRICS, rewiring global trade, breaking free from IMF conditions, building the world's youngest, fastest-growing economies. Washington isn't scared of African chaos. It's scared of African independence. Because independence means Africa chooses its own partners, its own currency systems, its own development path. No gatekeepers, no lectures, no permission slips. And every time Africa steps forward, BRICS expansion, AFCFTA, local currency deals, the same colonial ghost rises again. South Africa is dangerous. Africa is unstable. Whites are under attack. It's not a concern. It's control. But something is different now. Africa isn't reacting emotionally. It's responding with facts, unity, and confidence. And that composure is rewriting global psychology. The world is turning toward Africa, not as a charity case, but as a powerhouse of minerals, markets, youth, innovation, energy, and ideas. And this time, Africa isn't asking to be seen. It is taking its place. The question is the West ready for an Africa that no longer needs approval? If you're ready for the real story about Black power, history, and global transformation, subscribe to Awaken Africa.